my lovelies, this is Jana here. Welcome to my channel. Yes, I'm back. Here I am. I am back because guess what? I couldn't live without you. You know, I have missed you so much, so much. So we're gonna talk about it, but first things first, food, vegan, comfort food. And that's what I have today. And it's a very cool recipe because we're going to cook it by using a towel. Hello, right? It's named Tortei, which is a pasta dough rolled with a pumpkin, and we're going to cover it with some excellent vegan meat. So let's start with the filling, which is super interesting. You are going to roast a pumpkin, and the reason why you're roasting it is because if you cook it in water, it's going to get inevitably way too wet. So roast it and then you season it. I have added salt and pepper and nutmeg and olive oil. Pop it in the oven and allow it to roast until you see that beautiful caramelization happening. And once it's ready, we're going to remove it from the peel. We're going to add it to a bowl, and then we're going to add some more sage. I couldn't find fresh sage, so I have added dry powdered sage. It's not the same thing, but it is what it is, you know. I mean, it worked. And some parsley and some breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs here, they're going to absorb all the moist from the pumpkin. Oh, you can also add, I always forgot, as always, it's a thing. It's an inside joke from this channel. I always forget something. Some nutritional yeast or vegan ground cheese. Yes, parmesan cheese. That's what I did because I didn't have any nut anymore. Can you believe that? So I added vegan parmesan cheese and brown sugar. Add brown sugar. The intention here is to lift up the sweetness of the pumpkin. If you add already nutmeg, the nutmeg, it will intensify the natural sweetness in the food. So in this case, from the pumpkin. So a little bit of brown sugar, it will make all difference in this dish. Mix it up and reserve. Now we're going to make the pasta, which is made with a flour that it's a little bit special, I would say. It depends on where you live. 00 flour, because I don't want it to be too stretchy if I use a regular flour, you know, flour, or too hard. And here I had two options. I could use a food coloring or turmeric. The food coloring in this case worked better because the colors are brighter as opposed to the grayish chartreuse yellow color from the turmeric, but you choose. It's just to give it a little bit of a yellowish color because we're not using eggs. We don't need that. Some water, some salt. Now, very important, the amount of water, the ratio of water to flour, it depends on where you live, it depends if it's summer, it depends on the flour you're using, but it needs to be on the wetter side. It has to stick to your finger a little bit more than being too dry. Because if it's too dry, it's going to be tough and too chewy, okay? As we are kneading it along, it's going to release the starch and the water is going to incorporate, so it's not going to stick to your fingers anymore. And in this case, I got too tired because my flour was a little bit older, so it was a little bit more difficult to knead, so I popped it in my mixer and I used the hook dough for that. And I did that for about 10 minutes. And we're going to dust a little bit more flour, just a little bit, and we're going to stretch it by using a wine bottle or a rolling pin, whatever you have in hand. If it springs back, like it happened here, allow it to rest for 10-15 minutes more, and then you're going to be able to work with it better or easier. We're looking for a rectangle of sorts here. So now we're going to put a large pot of water for boiling with, of course, a little bit of salt. All right. So now that's all stretched out, we're going to add the filling. Leave about 3 centimeters on each border, and then you roll it. So this is the coolest part of this recipe, okay? What I'm gonna say to you now is not gonna make sense, I know, but trust the process. It's going to work and it's going to be super fun. You are going to get this roll that you just made, and you're going to roll it into a, of course, dry and very clean tea towel, okay? So tie it up the ends just like so, and then we're going to carefully pop it into the boiling water. And it's going to be there for about 45 minutes simmering, okay, in a medium heat. However, I need you to have a kettle with boiling water at all times ready, because this will evaporate, the water will evaporate and will be absorbed by the tortei. And then you're gonna have to keep adding more, because the idea is for the roll to be completely submerged or 90% submerged. All right, while the tortei is cooking, we're going to make the vegan meat using the Beyond type of meat, okay? So we're going to add oil to a heavy bottom pot or pan. In this case, I'm using olive oil, and then some mirepoix. Mirepoix is a mixture of celery, carrots, and onions, which I make in advance, and then I freeze it in smaller or bigger portions depending on the recipe I'm making. So do that, it's gonna make your life way easier. Some garlic, and then you're going to add the vegan meat. All right, what we want here in this case is to keep the texture of the vegan meat. How can I explain that? Like that springy texture, you know, not mushy, like when you chew on it, it transforms it into a paste of sorts. And the secret for that is to add a little bit more of olive oil. I know, people who don't like olive oil, I'm sorry, that's the way I found to keep the shape, the texture a little bit more interesting. So add a little bit more of olive oil, stir a little bit more, lower the heat if you see that it's sticking to the bottom of the pan. So we're going to add tomato sauce. I have a few recipes, click over here, so you're gonna check a few different tomato sauces, and re-season it if you think it needs some re-seasoning. Okay, so how are you going to remove it from the pot now that it's ready? Very easy. It's going to be firm, okay? So don't worry. It's going to work, okay? Just drain the water in the sink and pick it through the ends. Then you will roll it carefully. And if this happens, worry not, because you were going to cut it and place it in a plate and cover it with the sauce. So there won't be any problem. You cut it like so, and as you cut, you place it in the dish, a serving dish, because now it's ready. We are just going to put the sauce on top and serve. And before you serve it, you just sprinkle some nutritional yeast or vegan Parmesan cheese on top, and it's ready. You don't need anything else, just a salad or a warm salad, because this is a very wintry dish. But there you have it. I told you not to worry about the mistakes in the shape or the little holes. It doesn't matter. It's going to look amazing anyway, right? And why I have disappeared? Because of several issues, but mainly health. It was not 100%. I didn't feel 100% to come back. I was a little bit disappointed with the platform, because all of a sudden the views started to drop, and I knew that people like my channel. I know that people like my channel. I know that this type of food is appealing to every type of person, vegan, non-vegan, it doesn't matter. However, the platform was not distributing the videos, and then I got frustrated, and along with that some health problems, and then I'm like, I took a break to think about what I wanted to do. And guess what? I can't be away from you. I love being here. And along with that, the messages. Thank you so much for the messages, for all the messages you sent me. I see you. If you think I haven't read, it's because I haven't replied. I will probably still do that because I want you to know that I see you. I see you. I read every single one of them. I'm having goosebumps right now. I will do my best not to cry, but it was so warming for me to realize from your words that I have made a difference in your life in a positive way. I have no words. It's something, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm making very little money on this channel, because I couldn't leave you guys, like one of you guys said, orphans. I will not do that. You are going to have to put up with me with all my talking, because that's how things are on this channel. Otherwise, if you don't like my talking, go to TikTok, okay? Here's gonna be a lot of chatting and talking all the time, because that's how we roll, all right? So I hope you have enjoyed this recipe. It's very special. I wanted to come back to you guys with a very special, not that the other ones are not, but this is from my childhood, from the very special Easter moments when we went to my auntie's farm and she used to make that. So Tia Claudette, Auntie Claudette, she is the one to thank for this recipe. She perfected this recipe. All right, guys, so, I managed to talk everything and say everything to you guys without crying. Nice. And if you heard some thump, it was me bumping on my microphone, because it feels like it's the first time filming, so it's like a little bit of nervousness of coming back, all right? But other than that, I love you so much and thank you. Thank you very, very much for sticking with me, okay? See you next time. Bye-bye. I have eaten a little bit because it's right in front of me. It smells so nice. I hope I have nothing on my teeth.